This is probably a book I reference to every single day, and it shaped the way I see the world quite a bit. How I question things, what I'm truly taking in, what information is being distributed, every type of question that makes me think, is this real? Is this manipulated? Is this good for me? I love this book. Especially how I approach spirituality now. If you have not yet discovered this book, it's called 1984 by George Orwell. You might have heard about Big Brother. That's a pretty popular saying now. There's also Ministry of Truth. There's also an Orwellian world. Anyways, it really helped me wake up. When I was in year 10, this book I discovered thanks to the school. And I think that's what really boosted my waking up, my awakening, and opened my eyes to the system, the world. If you have not yet read it, or if you're intrigued, I will link in the description the book because I truly recommend it. I cannot go without it. I sadly don't have it today with me because it wasn't mine, but you know what? I'm actually gonna buy it because I love talking about this book. I can go hours. If you're waking up, if you're intrigued, if you're starting to question things, if you're becoming spiritual, this book will help you open your eyes on the way the world works. I truly recommend it. This isn't going to be a book review, but it is going to be me talking about the topics and the themes and what it taught me, how it helped me question things, about thinking for yourself, the systems, even spirituality, and most importantly, reclaiming your spiritual power. I would say this book was a big part for my spiritual journey, and I didn't mention it in my other video that I made about it, which I'll link, but I do have this book, and I did mention it in the spiritual journey video that I made, and to differentiate, I think these two books struck me the most because 1984 opened my eyes on the world, made me question things, and Journey of Souls, it guided me throughout my spiritual awakening. There was a catalyst of my awakening, and then there was the guide. There was a thing that helped me put the pieces all together. Let's go straight into it. The first theme, the first parallel I'm going to make is about the Ministry of Truth. In 1984, the Ministry of Truth is all about controlling information and rewrite history to fit the narrative the party wants people to believe. You can see this in real life, people questioning the systems, people questioning mainstream narratives. The response you'd get from people is being uncomfortable. They're uncomfortable when you say something that's so opposite. Because once you say something that not everyone in the world agrees on, you're gonna start getting pointing fingers towards you and calling you all sorts of names. Like being dramatic, a conspiracy theorist, being difficult, or that you're just trying to be different. Not trying to be political here. I'm just trying to point out that your independent thought can get silenced. That's a pattern of the Ministry of Truth. This is where I make the connection with spirituality. When you start being spiritual, that's when you start questioning things for yourself, your life, who you are, discovering what it is to actually live on your terms. It also means not accepting what you're told to believe just because everyone else does. You cannot wake up spiritually if you're not willing to question everything. The universe, the world, the dimensions, energy, you, your routines, your purpose in life. What you've been told is your purpose, and what you actually feel is your purpose. The second theme is all about the erasure of the past. By the way, 1984 was written in the late 1940s. It was predicting 1984, the year, and the fact it's so relevant to us now makes it all the more creepier. So since the past is being rewritten, right, there's a section in the book where the main character asks someone, an older person, to remember things of their past, but they don't remember, or they're not even questioning it. It's like the main character is the only one questioning things. They don't remember because all the records, they get destroyed or altered, and over time you just lose the memory of what it truly was. And I see this now, way less people are thinking of the past or researching. They don't search or dig deeper. It's like you just accept the main headlines of the world and you just go on about your day. Losing that connection to the past, the history, the truth, that's where we lose knowledge. And as I said before, knowledge is power. We lose that power once we forget the true knowledge of the past. What bothers me about this the most when I became spiritual, I didn't just follow a trend, because a lot of things become trends that come back into the present. Like manifesting, it became a trend and people just did it to do it, but they didn't actually think about the deeper meaning. What I learned is spirituality, all these practices we've been doing have been there for years, thousands of years. Practice from old civilizations. It is not new. Ancient wisdom, it's been passed down for generations onto generations, and now what's the saddest part I feel is there's less and less and less of that now. Either people think spirituality is new, it's a new thing or trend, or they think that spirituality is crazy or dumb or people are being delusional. They don't realize if you actually do a little research, that knowledge has been there, patterns, ongoing. We're just forgetting it now. What's scary now is the more we disconnect from that ancient wisdom, a spiritual power, just our energy in general, how does that future look? A world where we've completely lost access to who we are, to the truth. Now we follow smoothly onto the theme of stop questioning, stop thinking. In 1984, we are trained, yes, trained to stop thinking critically, to accept contradictions, plot holes, just believe what they're giving us because they know it all. Sadly, this is what I see way too often now. People outsource their thinking to institutions, systems, experts, so-called experts, and even algorithms. If I'm going to debate with someone, they need to give me their sources. They need to give me the research they did, the scientific background, the spiritual knowledge, whatever connection they have made to make this final judgment. Not just, oh, well, I saw this somewhere. List me your sources. Anything that shows me they actually put some thought behind it. A lot of people see things online and go with it. They don't even think, should I fact check it? So spiritually, this is really bad because you need to use your intuition, your inner knowing, your gut instinct. That's a direct connection to the truth. It's not anywhere else. But once you stop questioning, you never research, you're just letting things guide you and condition you. You can't really wake up. That's the truth. And I can't even talk to people because they don't even know what they're talking about, and I know that. And I'm just like, our souls are not on the same timeline, which is why I don't bother. When you awaken, you reclaim your right to think, to question, to know just for yourself who you are and what you're doing in life. Now lastly, why this matters so much in spirituality. It's all about questioning things, using your critical mind, using the power your brain has to be critical. I thought that was basic knowledge. I learned this, I feel like, when I was super young. But clearly it's getting rarer and rarer. Awakening, spirituality, it's all about thinking clearly, thinking for yourself, questioning the deeper meaning, trusting your own discernment, not any expert or whatever. It's also about remembering and searching about past ancient wisdom of spirituality, connecting back to that knowledge that we've lost. There's actually a lot out there. They were so ahead of time. Like for me, when I see of us now in the world, I feel like they're ahead, at least in the spiritual sense, not technology. It's all about reclaiming your power, and a lot of people just don't seem to want that, especially if they don't believe they have any, because you don't need to do some crazy revenge or rebellion to become spiritual. You just do it on your own. You just do it for yourself. That's why when you start awakening, you just have to have an open mind, which is why open-mindedness to me is one of the most important things. So 1984 taught me that the biggest rebellion is thinking for yourself. And that's what spirituality needs from you too. So for everything that's been going on around the world, especially lately, if you've been looking at everything that people have been stressed about, actually, I've noticed a lot of people are awakening. It's making people question things. Who are they working for? What is their purpose in life? Actually, a member of my family has been waking up, and seeing this from my standpoint, right, being already awakened, I think it's great. But I also see how hard it is to accept the truth of the world. But spirituality is where you can get guided. It's not that scary when you actually see you have this much power in life. And whatever the world is, your soul is not in this world dimension. It's eternal. So every time you hear some information come up, ask yourself, is it true? Do I feel like something's off? Is it weird? Trust yourself. So again, the link of 1984 is down in the description if you want to see it. If you're waking up, if you're reading, if you're just thinking, questioning things, go for it. I'm also going to link down Journey of Souls if you think that you're waking up and it's getting a bit scary for you, because it's truly going to guide you. So if you enjoyed this video, this new format, please let me know by leaving a like and subscribing, because it is really new for me, but it's truly something that woke me up. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.